This is a video that may be a little sensitive for a lot of people. So if you're not ready to hear what I have to say in this video, you may not want to watch this video because when this all broke down and everything was coming out, I was talking to a lot of people that attended or new people that attended. I was talking with a lot of different people, trying to get more information. So there's going to be a lot of things I say in this video that for some people, if they're not really like aware and they've not really had their awakening and everything else like that, they wouldn't really understand what's going on like on a spiritual level. But before I get into that, you all, I just want to say rest in peace to everybody who lost their life. I am so angry. I am so upset. I can't even imagine how friends and family feel, getting the phone call that their kid or their young adult or, their daughter or son, went to this festival to see this concert, to see Travis, to see Drake, to see all these weird characters, to be honest with you. I mean, I wouldn't pay to see them. I don't hate their music, but I would never, there's nothing that could convince me to spend hundreds of dollars to see any of those people. I'm just being so honest with you. There's a lot of talented people out here that have sold their soul. There's a lot of talented people who deserve more recognition, should really be on the big stage, but because they're not mainstream or because they're not sellouts, they don't have that kind of pull. They can't, get those kind of crowds and, be able to sell those kind of tickets. I understand that they had VIP tickets as well. I know Kylie was there. Kendall, I believe, was there. It was obviously a big deal, but lives were lost. Okay. And so anything short of anybody to do with this festival, the concert, the venue, anything tied to who made the festival, who headlined, if any of those people, not just Travis, okay, are not giving condolences or are not speaking out immediately, because I didn't see anything immediately, even though it was like everywhere, I didn't see anything immediately from Travis's end as far as I can recall. Okay. So it should have not even got to that point. All right. The way I feel about it is that as soon as people were yelling for help, as soon as people were trying to, go to the cameraman and go to this person and go to the security and were begging, literally begging for help, is when they should have stopped the concert. They have enough money. Okay. If you want to go deeper with it, Travis is in connection to the Kardashians, the Jenner family. He's not married to Kylie, but Kylie is, allegedly, okay, according to Forbes, you're too close to my car. What are you doing? 1 second, y'all. Why are you this close to my bumper? Like, hello? You're like really close to my bumper. This person parked and is like right near my bumper. I'm like, hello, if you want to pay for it, you can. I had to back up my car because that's weird. People be on some different issue, y'all. So as far as we know, right, Travis is in connection to Kylie for the long haul. They have another baby on the way. She's a billionaire is what they say. And nowadays we don't know what's real from what's fake, because Forbes can say, oh yeah, this person's a billionaire. And then we find out that there's a lot of, wrong information being put down. Not that, anybody cares, but it's just like, that's what Forbes magazine does, and other, big companies do that are tied to media and to celebrities. They report on, such things. So to me, I'm like, okay, Travis is with Kylie. Kylie is there. I believe she was there in the crowd. Okay. I don't know where Stormy was, but she was there, pregnant, all dressed up, all dolled up. All right. And she's a billionaire. So my thing is this. Okay. So I'm a fair person. So I look at it as like the benefit of the doubt. You see what I'm saying? But due to the video and the images I saw, Travis was notified. Okay. Travis saw the paramedics. Travis saw whatever those little cart things were. People were trying to, not just ambulances, but paramedics, health professionals were trying to get through the crowd. Even on Kylie's story, I don't know if she realized, she put on her IG story, she was showing one of the paramedic carts or vehicles trying to maneuver through that huge crowd. So my thing is this: what is so serious, right? What is so urgent as to why you need to continue this concert? If you even see one paramedic or you hear one fan screaming for help, because a lot of the accounts say that the crowd which was chanting to stop the concert, people were chanting and telling him vocally to stop. We need help. Stop, 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 over and over and over again. And so I'm not going to dismiss that, okay? Especially when I've talked to certain people, when I've heard the same thing over and over and over again, which is they were trying to get help. People in the crowd suffocating, dying, passed out, etc., were trying to get help. So my thing is this: how much money do you need? Right? You know, besides the artistic approach and the music and the merch and everything else that you have tied up with this festival, okay, which I didn't even know was that because I don't even follow him like that. When I realized that it was like a reoccurring thing, I didn't know it was like that. And I would never pay to see him, so I don't understand that. But nevertheless, it was just something that was weird to me, because it's like, you have enough money. You know, Drake, look at his multi-million-dollar mansion. Travis with Kylie, a billionaire. Like, what do you want to be, a trillionaire? Like, what do you want to be, like the next Mark Zuckerberg? Like, what do you want to be, like the president? Like, what, like, how much power do you need? You know, how much energy from people do you need to harvest? Like, why are they so greedy? You know, any sensible singer, any sensible celebrity, I feel, would have stopped that concert. I don't care for debate with that. To me, if he saw anything unusual, like anything at all to do with an ambulance, to do with paramedics, he should have stopped that concert, and he should have asked his staff, he should have turned to somebody, you know, get off the damn mic, turn your head, and try to get to understand what's going on here. He should have been communicating with people and asking people what's going on. That's what he should have done. But instead, he continued to carry on. I saw the footage. Drake was yelling like a wild banshee on that stage. Okay, he couldn't stop hogging the mic. They were all hype. They were all going crazy. And all the while, you have these people who are actually there in the crowd recording people getting CPR. How do you miss that? I know it's a lot of people, but what I'm saying is there's lights. There was lights on top of these vehicles. So even if people were jumping super high, I'm just saying, I'm trying to look at it from all angles. Even if people were jumping super high, a lot of this catastrophe also happened in the very front, okay? The very front, next to the stage. So to me, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And what's so creepy about it is I guarantee they're going to find more video with him realizing what's happening and still continuing on. Okay? And that's not human. That's not even like a real person with feelings. Like, that's like a shell, like an empty shell, because how? And yes, I'm looking at it from all perspectives. Like when Kanye had his meltdown, or he says it wasn't a meltdown, he said it was just, you know, his artistic expression. You know, when Kanye went crazy on tour, and he had all those people underneath his stage, and his stage setup was when he was like off the stage. I mean, he was like in the air, you know, on this like this makeshift kind of thing. And he was, remember that whole rant that Kanye did? Well, he's done many rants, but it was at his concert, okay? And then they said that he was having a mental breakdown. Even in that situation where he lost all that money and he had to pay out so many people, and so many companies would want to sue him and get refunds, it's like, when you gotta, like, when something has to be done, something has to be done. Now, I'm not saying that Kanye should have been taken off. What I'm saying is that even in that extreme situation where the actual artist was not following through what the promoters wanted, or et cetera, they still stopped it. They still canceled the rest of the shows. So I'm not understanding how you can let people suffer like that. I'm not understanding how you can have, I mean, I'm sure there was so much staff. I can't even, I'm sure there was so many people. There was so much staff, right? There was so much staff that was around him that I find it impossible that he would not see anything, like, at all. So I don't buy that. Okay, I'm not buying that. And the symbolism, the energy, the people trampling on top of each other, that was the first red flag. You know, in my opinion, that was the first red flag. When they had the footage in the daytime, not the darkness, you could see people, you could see what they're wearing, you could see how they're yelling, you could see what you know, how they're carrying on and behaving. It looked like a disaster. It looked like people would do anything to get inside. And yes, I'm going to extend that and say, due to social media, due to hype culture, due to the craze that for some reason the Kardashians and Jenners and Travis Scott brings when he goes places is off the charts. You know, these people were losing their mind. They were losing their mind. And I've gone to festivals where I've seen similar things. Whenever I see similar things like that, I step aside or I leave. I don't stay in environments like that, because only trouble is going to ensue from that, you know? And I watched the videos, okay? The security didn't care. So is there a plot? Was there a scheme? Because it don't make no sense. If you have people that are actually doing their job, that should have been halted. That should have been shut down. Yes, I understand that these very young teenagers, not just young adult, but young teenagers, which was shocking to me. I'm like, what? Shouldn't you be, like, at home with your parents? Like, some people were, like, way too young. I was hearing going. I'm like, So, you know, in broad daylight, from the footage I've seen with the people trampling each other, they were screaming from then. Okay, when they were trying to bum rush the gate or whatever that barricade thing was to get in this, you know, what's the big deal? I don't know. I mean, I'm not a fan of his, so I understand when you're a fan of somebody, you know, there's more of this need, this drive, but to then step on people's heads, to injure people, like, it's not that serious. You know what I'm saying? You could have just walked in, you could have just ran in on the side, but you don't have to actually be walking on top of people just to get in because you didn't pay for a ticket. Like, that's very extreme, okay? Like, that's weird to me. It's not that serious. Like, it's never that serious to lose your life over trying to get into a concert or a festival. It's never that serious. So the fact that I was seeing especially teenagers fall for that, get in trouble, kill other people, and then get on their phone, they were immediately getting on their phone, obviously TikToking or whatever else the hell they were doing to get clout, to get attention, is sickening. And once again, I have to blame social media, because social media is making people think that it's okay. It's okay to record people who are passed out. It's okay to say, oh, this video is going to go viral because this person's on the floor fighting for their life. I saw videos of people who were fighting for their life, okay? Fighting for their life. And we're like, oh, like, this video is going to go viral. I don't even care. Like, are you crazy? Are you sick in the head? If I saw somebody dying in front of me, bro, like, I'm going to start crying. I'm going to start going insane. Okay. I'm going to get out. I'm going to try to do something. I'm not just going to stay in that environment. So that even scared me. That even spooked me, because I'm like, this is a human being, okay? This is not like an alien or somebody foreign, right? Like, this is a human being that you're seeing in front of you, somebody's trying to save their life. And the first thing you think of doing is saying, oh, I'm going to go viral. Like, that, something's wrong with that, okay? So I feel like it goes way deeper. Like, I feel like it goes way, way, way deeper than just like, oh, I wanted to show that I went to this festival. I want to show I went to this concert. Like, I don't think it's just that, okay? Now, the parents who lost their kids, they need to sue, okay? They need to go beyond suing. Like, forget an apology. Like, if that was my child, like, I'm gonna sue everybody. I'm gonna sue the city. I'm gonna sue the damn artist. I'm gonna sue everybody, because how my kid should have been safe, right? Every single person who went there and paid their hard-earned money or their parents' money should have been safe. That should have never happened. So all of them need to get sued. Yeah, all of them need to be dealt with. All of them, in my opinion, need to have some kind of charge, because you saw it and you didn't stop it. You continued to perform. So it's like if I was at a concert and that happened and I saw it in front of me, if I saw an artist I really liked and something was fishy, something was strange going on, right? Whether it's in the front of the stage or the side, it don't matter, right? I would have totally went outside. I would have left my seat. I would have got up and I would have said, can you please get help? Something is wrong. I don't know if somebody's passed out. I don't know if somebody's had an overdose. I don't know what's going on, but can you please, like, I would go to anybody at that point. First I would call the police. I would give them the address. Like, that's just me. But instead, I saw people saying in the video, oh, don't worry about it. Let the staff take care of it. Don't worry about it. What, like I heard people say that in the videos. So I'm like, something's not right, okay? Like, y'all are either brainwashed, y'all are falling way too deep into this hype culture and social media, like, to a default where y'all are losing your lives. Like, y'all are not realizing, some people are not realizing, like, that you are being used. Like, those people were being used practically. And my thing is this: where are those bodies going? You know what I'm saying? After they've collected those dead bodies, where have those bodies gone? Is my question, because we've heard about celebrities drinking, you know what? Okay. So my thing is, like, where are y'all taking these bodies? Like, how they need to identify, like, the whole thing doesn't sound right. Okay, the whole thing don't sound right. I saw somebody describe what they experienced like hell. I saw a lot of people saying that it felt like they were in hell. They felt like they were in a concert in hell. Okay, that's all you need to hear. Okay, if you're not spiritual, if you're not so-called, awakened, whatever, all you need to hear is that somebody that was there said that this one person, that there was 10 dead bodies where he was, and there was at least 100 dead bodies that he saw. That's what he said. Okay, that's what he said. So to me, I just feel like it's foul, it's disrespectful. There's no amount of money that should have an artist stay on a stage and keep going, okay? Especially if there's a lack of medical help. There's been other celebrities in history that have had similar, not like that though, like not with that energy. And they've had people ready to help, ready to escort people out to get help, oxygen masks, paramedics, okay? This was a situation where they were not ready. They were not ready for this this magnitude. So when Ish went off and popped off, it was a disaster. Okay, so they weren't ready. There was not a lot of upkeep, is what I'm saying. And I really feel for the parents. I don't even care if they find drugs related. I don't care. It's just the principle that they should have been checked. Everybody should have been checked. If it's legit, they should have been checked at the gate. They should have been watched carefully. What happened was just a nightmare. It's an absolute nightmare. And yes, I think that if parents want to sue him or sue the city, I don't know, like, they should do whatever they want to do, because you cannot get back a life. You see what I'm saying? Like, Travis could have got back that if the money and the setup was so important to him and important to other headliners. Like, my thing is this: you could get that money back. If your mentality is, oh, well, I got to finish the concert because I got this and I got that. That's all. I understand that, but you got to go beyond that. right? When there's a loss of life, you have to go beyond, oh, well, I have a show to do. Like, they should have stopped the show. They should have 100% stopped the show. And a lot of Travis Scott fans, just not trying to pinpoint him, but a lot of Travis Scott fans were saying that they lost a lot of respect for him and that they feel like the energy was demonic and that they're not going to support him. And a lot of other people were saying a lot of scary stuff. I saw some person tweet that their friend went and they were like, oh, like that was definitely some kind of sacrifice. That was definitely some kind of ritual. Now, a lot of us peep that. A lot of us peep that, okay? And I'm not gonna go too deep on that because on YouTube it's like impossible, okay? But, you know, the Scorpio new moon, okay? Like this is a season where a lot of harvest energy is out and about, okay? So to me, that was my thinking as well, okay? And also I want to add Apple, if you guys didn't see this, Apple Music was tweeting something along the lines of see ya on the other side or see you on the other side. And they had that written on the stage. It was a part of the stage setup. And it said, see you on the other side. Okay. That's weird. Okay. That like, it's eerie. It's very eerie. It's very strange. And I just think that they could have replaced those funds, you know, if they felt like they were going to have to refund a whole lot of people. So what? Like, honestly, they have enough money. You know, they're never even going to, all the money that a lot of these celebrities that are really like dark, you know, into like the dark energy, and not like in like a meditative way, like in a demonic evil way. They could replace those funds. You know, they're never going to touch all the millions of dollars they have. They can't even count through that with their own two hands. They're never going to touch it or see it. So there's no excuse. To me, there's nothing that anybody could tell me. Like, there's literally nothing that anybody could tell me that could convince me as to why it's okay to continue a concert. And you hear people screaming for help. You see that there's commotion in the crowd. You see it. You can see it from every angle. So I'm not buying that. I'm not buying any of that that hot garbage of, oh, well, what was he supposed to do? Stop the concert. That's what he was supposed to do. He even if he was a real human, he should have went in the crowd and started helping people. Like, to be honest with you, that's what I would do. I would literally get off the stage, okay, and say, stop it. I would try to break the crowd up. Like, because it's on you. They came to see you, and this is what's happening at your concert. So you should have had more control. So, you know, every Kardashian, I know that Kylie's not married to him, but I feel like every Kardashian should say something. I feel like everybody who they know people went for should say something. I think everybody there who knew that the chaos and the hype and people trampling in and rushing in, I feel like they all should say something. Every single one of them. I really do. You know, Travis's man, all of them, because it's negligent. Like, the word that comes to my mind is negligent. It's negligent. It's careless. You have no sympathy for people who are the working class, who are paying all their hard money to see you. You obviously don't care. And anybody else from this day forward who continues to go and see him, why? Like, I would never. I'm sorry. I don't care. I don't care who you are. Like, disrespect is disrespect. You know, if you don't have common decency and morals, I can't get down with you. I can't support you. I can't put money in your pocket, period. I can't. So, you know, I just want to close and focus on what matters, which is those people who lost their lives. Like, I'm very upset. I know that there's something deeper and darker to this. It's not just about suffocating. It's not just about, you know, Kylie showing up and people going crazy. It's not just about Travis headlining with Drake. I think it's something more sinister than that. I do. I think it's some kind of ritual, some kind of, you know, harvesting of energy. Because why do you need so many people? Why do you need that many? I mean, and the pandemic, you know, I know people like to dismiss this, but the pandemic is still here, people. People are still dying with the pandemic, you know, with what's in the air. People are still getting sick. And so, you know, why would you do that? Like, Why would you even allow that? Like, there should have been a limit. You know what I'm saying? And like, yeah, if security or whoever else realized that there was an overflow of people who are not supposed to be there, I mean, I don't know how they would really do it like that. But yeah, I feel like maybe during certain points of the concert or certain entryways, they should have taken their job seriously and checked if they had a ticket. On some real talk, I know that they don't want to, they don't want to, down on the excitement, they want to, keep it all, all, popular looking and all that. But like, really, I think like at a certain point, they should have like checked, because the main stage, so all that was at night, right? So this was like a whole day thing. It was like a long day thing. So like, I feel like in the morning or like in the afternoon, like when things were getting like, when they knew that he was going to come on the stage, I feel like they should have like went around from the back. I feel like they should have had a system where they could check, like a wristband or something. Like, I don't understand that. Like, lack of organization, lack of security. It's so much it's lacking so much. Like, it's really unbelievable. So, you can get back the money, Travis, Drake, all that. Like, y'all could have made the money back. Okay, y'all really, like, if there's no excuse. Like, if you can bring out crowds like that, you could have done that over and over and over again. Not just with Astroworld, but with a basic concert. Y'all could have just went to any regular venue out here. You see what I'm saying? And wanted to put back on the show, and y'all would have made the same amount of money, if not more, because it's more secure, it's more safe, and you have more. It's just more set up like that. You see what I'm saying? So the festival is not even set up like that. It's open. If you went to a proper venue and then you're selling merch on top of that, they make money in their sleep. These artists make money in their sleep. Like, what is so serious? What is so crucial? Like, what is so important that you couldn't stop the show is what I'm saying. There's no, like, any way you spin it, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. So for those who lost a loved one, y'all do what you got to do. Yeah, like, for real, y'all do what you got to do, because who's to say that the blood and the body parts of those people were found intact? We don't even know where they took those bodies. I'm very, I'm side-eyeing all that, to be honest with you, because I even heard stories about bodies being in the VIP section, and there's a lot of sketchy ish going on. So I think that they should, every single person who lost their child, like, be on top of that, for real. Be on top of that, because they got the money. They're in the wrong 1,000%. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't care enough. They didn't care enough to protect your child. They didn't care enough to protect anybody, is what it seems. And all the while, Apple Music is tweeting like, it's just sweet. They're all tweeting like, IG storing and Snapchatting, like everything is all well and good. When in reality, people were dying right in front of their face. How evil is that? So that's just my take on it, you all. That's my full reaction. I would advise people that if you feel led to stay inside, you feel led to not go to certain places, don't go to it. I know we had Lollapalooza, we have Ultra coming up. We have a lot of all these different, good festivals. And I'm not saying that, people shouldn't go, but like, use discernment, and if you're not really tapped in like that, you're not spiritually in tune, you're not connected with God, you don't pray, like, you have to protect yourself. You can't just protect yourself with the so-called shot or whatever. Like, you have to protect yourself on a spiritual level. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, people that were tuned in like that got out of the way. Majority of them had a bad feeling. And that's with every event in life. Every world event we've seen, whether it's on a small scale or big scale of a catastrophe, there's always going to be a certain amount of people who say, my intuition said to me, don't go here, don't go there. And that's how I feel about it. Like, even just going out, like, in this world, like, if something says to you, stay home, stay home. Like, for the past couple of days, I've been feeling like that. Okay. And I've been seeing a lot of tragedy on the TL. And God's been telling me, like, just do what you got to do and then go home. Like, a lot of times God be telling me, don't go here, don't go there. You see what I'm saying? Like, and I listen, because I'm not trying to get caught up in none of that type of stuff. I'm not trying to be, in that, you know what I'm saying? And if anything does happen, God forbid, my intuition is so legit that I could see it coming. You see what I'm saying? But a lot of people didn't have that opportunity. They didn't have the chance to do that. And that's what makes me sad. It's like, they didn't even have the opportunity to get out of that. They were stuck. They were literally stuck. And that's tragic. But yeah, you all, it just goes to show that, you know, people that made it out alive, they had their own personal accounts. They said that there was a lot of dark energy. It was not a good look. It was not a good energy. And that should speak volumes to me. If you go to somebody's concert and people are saying, you know, multiple people are saying of all different races, all different backgrounds, different genders, saying, listen, there's something off with this guy. Something is wrong here. Stay away. Stay away. Period. You know, more than ever now, y'all, this is spiritual warfare. Okay, and I'm gonna spit it just like that. This is spiritual warfare. People need to protect themselves. People need to be more aware of what's really happening here. And if you're not, well, you should be. All right. I love you all. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna go now and get some groceries and take my butt home. I'm not trying to be out here like that at all. I'm really not. In fact, when I left my house, I saw a car on fire. You know, I mean, I'm not even kidding. I left my house and went down the road driving. This car was on fire. All of a sudden I hear ambulance. I said, you see, God is telling me, like, listen, it's crazy out here. You see what I'm saying? If you could just go to work or go to the gym if you want to. I'm going to say the gym because gym is really high for the I can't say it on camera, but the gym is a really easy place to catch this. So I would not recommend that, but do what you got to do and then take your butt home. You see what I'm saying? Like, I would say stay away from big crowds. That's really what I want to say truthfully, is if you could avoid big crowds, because that's where they try to target it, is where there's a lot of people, you know, so use your brain with that. So love y'all. I'm going to get off here. Okay. Rest in peace. Travis, I hope that, you know, you look at your concert or your energy that you are sending out to the universe. I hope that he checks himself and looks in the mirror because something's amiss there. Okay. Bye, y'all.